Okay, guys, so I knew if I posted that it was going to cause attention, that I needed attention. So let me see if I can comment on this properly. I'm looking at yesterday's Beacon this afternoon. It's around noon. I'm checking out the front page. And I notice there's this little tiny blip on the front page, and it's about a town hall meeting for the youth center. And I'm really confused. I know most of you know this, but I'm going to reiterate it. I am a vice chair commissioner for the Parks and Rec Commission. I am not speaking on behalf of the commission. I am not speaking on behalf of any of the commissioners. Anything going forward is based on my own personal opinion and experiences, period. This is just a title that I hold. So the youth center, last council direction on that was that it was to be turned into an event center. So when I see that there is a town hall meeting for the youth center, I'm confused. I look at the date, it's today. The newspaper ad even says tomorrow, Thursday. I look at the clock, it's like 12:10, the meeting's at 1. I don't drive, got medical stuff, so I'm trying to figure out how am I going to get downtown and get home. So my husband's going to take me. My mother-in-law, bless her heart, she's amazing, she's picking us up. So I get down to the meeting. Find out the meeting was posted in the Beacon, on Nextdoor, and in the Trilogy magazine. There's about 15 people there. A few more filter in. There's probably about 20 people there. Everybody introduces themselves. They go around the table. Lots of wonderful people. Great experience. Quite a few. I think there was 2 or 3 other people there that had served on Park and Rec commissions from big cities in the Bay. Great experience. Lots of moms, grandparents, people who are wanting to serve, people who are wanting to volunteer. They have lots of things to bring to the table for the youth of our town. It's great. It's amazing. Listening to all this, and it's pretty exciting. And if you know me, I'm not big on the youth center. We've got after school programs. Our town, we've got parents that don't want to volunteer. We've got volunteers, but they're burnt out. It's the same people over and over and over in all the different school programs, church programs, sports programs. Y'all are just tired. So it's exciting to hear that there's new people here wanting to bring new things to the table. The leader of the group mentions, and I'm quietly listening to everybody, and I'm going down as a parent, I'm going down as a commissioner, I'm curious. So I'm quietly listening. There's some excitement. I'm thinking, okay, maybe they can make this work. They're talking about doing it in small shifts. Great. Okay. So the leader speaks, and she starts talking about how great the snack bar can be, all the food they can serve out of there. And at that point, she's the last person. Everybody's introduced themselves except for the 2 or 3 of us behind the main table. And I remind her that they cannot serve food out of there because it does not pass health department. And she looks at me and says, there's lots of work to do. And I said, yes, I understand that, but I just want to remind you that that's one of the huge hurdles, and it's very expensive to get it to pass health department. I'm not going to lie, the reason I pointed this out is because when Little League was down there during Free Music Fridays, she pointed out to Solano County Health Department, we were down there, and we had to jump through hoops to continue to finish out Free Music Fridays for the days that we were there, to make sure it passed the health department inspections. These are important things that cost a lot of money and require a lot of work, make a huge difference, can't be forgotten. So then she asked me if I want to introduce myself, and I do. I asked her, are you sure you want me to do this? And I do. I let her know who I am. You guys already know who I am. I let them know all of the, I guess, my kid credentials, time working in schools, church programs, sports programs, yada, yada, yada. And I remind them that in all my time working in these programs, that we see the same volunteers over and over and over, and to make sure, just as a reminder, to not get burnt out, because they've got some great stuff going, and to make sure that they stay strong, because there's a lot of parents that don't want to parent in our generations anymore, and that they will turn into grandparents. They will form awesome relationships with these kids, and that we need this wholesomeness back in the world that they can provide. I was told that I was scaring them off, and the leader looked at me and asked me if I needed a piece of tape, insinuating to shut my mouth. So I did, and the meeting continued on. I kept my mouth shut the rest of the meeting. Then they start discussing email notifications for different events and cleanups and volunteer roles and such. And they don't know how to confirm everything. So I suggest to them to maybe use some Google Documents, because there's a way that you can sync everything in, and you can get yes or no, you can add it to calendars, everybody can see responses. And somebody turns around and looks at me and says, it only works if you can use email. And I said, okay, well, it was just a suggestion. The lady running the email says, do you want to do this? She says, excuse me, you seem to know so much more about this. Would you like to just take this over? And I reiterate that I was just trying to throw out a helpful, a helpful solution. I told them that I wish them the best of the luck with the youth center, and I hope it went well with them. I gathered my stuff and I left. Y'all, that sucks. They have so much to offer, so much time, so much willingness, but they want to be the only ones. I don't know. They suggested things like pickleball and billiards and paper mache. And I told them that I didn't know how many of our kids in the age target that they were looking at, which would be like more than middle school age, would be interested in pickleball. And they let me know that all their grandkids were interested. And I said, okay. But even then, I don't feel like it was received well. I don't know. I feel like we need you guys. We need you guys at the Park and Rec Commission meetings. We need you at the city council meetings. You know, every city council meeting, at the beginning of the meeting, you get 3 minutes of public speaking on whatever you want to talk about. If it's on the agenda, you can't talk about it then, but when it comes up on the agenda, you get public speaking time to talk about it. Every commission meeting you go to, whether it's a planning meeting or it is a wastewater meeting or it is a Parks and Rec meeting, all of those meetings you have public speaking time. Your voices can be heard. You might have to say the exact same thing every single meeting for a year, but your voices will be heard. You need to stand up in numbers. You need to quit posting on Facebook. You need to quit complaining. You need to show up. A community works together. It's not CORE, it's not Homecoming, it's not Liberty, it's not Trilogy. It's Rio Vista. So there's my soapbox. Do with it what you want. I don't know what kind of repercussions I'll get for posting this, but here it is. Show up, Rio Vista.